Good afternoon, Suidlanders. How are you? We trust that you're well. Just as an aside, I started making this video and then my dog became agitated. And so I paused it and took her to the shops. You know, I had to buy some things so I could kill two birds with one stone. Buy those groceries and let her burn off some steam and carry on, return and make the video. And then Aaron sent me a message that made nonsense of everything that, Judith, please, that made nonsense of everything that I was going to tell you. It turns out, as Aaron has uncovered, that the very high level, serious reports about the launch of the International Monetary Fund, CBDC, of a week and some change ago is false, or they are false, those reports. Judith, no. It's a private company, and they've misled the world. Anyway, in that entire process, I want to tell you about, so I had to stop the video. I'm starting again. When I was at the shops, I remembered that Elsa B. Roll had advertised on today's groups, or on the groups today, van der Klover's groepe, that she's got this groente sop. Now, it's only about a 250ml punnet or tub, but 25 Rand. 25 bucks. Billig. Absolutely billig. Especially when you consider what you pay in the big cities for those Checkers ones, you know, the soups. And I've just had one of those. I bought a few of them. I'm a bachelor. It's part of the deal. Absolutely, tastes great. And I was very, very hungry. I missed lunch, which is highly unusual for me, so I'm warming another one in the microwave. That's the truth. Anyway, what do I want to talk about? How about this for a scandal? From the 21st of April, on Business Tech, ESKOM blocks private producer from cutting load shedding. Embattled power utility ESKOM has stopped a small Free State municipality from successfully using solar energy to reduce load shedding. The Johannesburg High Court this week ruled that Rural Maintenance Free State, a private company that had been managing the distribution of electricity to the Mafube local municipality in the Free State, that is to say Frankfurt, be barred from continuing its own load shedding schedules, as it would create a precedent for other ESKOM customers to seek similar relief. Shepston and Wiley, the legal firm representing Rural Maintenance, said ESKOM argued that circumstances like Frankfurt, on a larger scale, would prevent ESKOM from fulfilling its statutory duty to manage the grid and could result in a national blackout with catastrophic consequences for the entire country. No documentary or expert evidence of this possibility was put forward by ESKOM, said Shepston and Wiley. Shepston and Wiley, by the way, is a noteworthy law firm. My dad swore by them when he was the factory manager of Lion Match during the strikes of the late 80s and early 90s. Rural Maintenance has been managing power distribution in Frankfurt, Mafube, for over a decade through a contract with the local municipality. The private company purchases electricity from 4 local solar farms at a cheaper rate than ESKOM can provide and distributes it to the municipality. The situation at Frankfurt provided an ideal location for pilot projects to reduce load shedding efficiently. It was essentially used as a guinea pig for small towns taking matters into their own hands. After consulting with ESKOM, Rural Maintenance initiated 5 projects that generated more electricity than the town consumed, leading to no load shedding on certain days. According to its CEO, Chris Bosch, thanks to the company's efforts, people in the area know that if the weather is good from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, they will not have to deal with load shedding. Deirdre Venter and Sirhan Che Khan, legal experts from Shepstone and Wiley, said that ESKOM first appeared in the Joburg High Court on the 5th of April 2023 to clarify its stance on Rural Maintenance Free State's use of a privately owned photovoltaic PV solar farm to power essential water and sanitation infrastructure during load shedding, as well as to provide relief to businesses and residents in the area. ESKOM had granted the company's request for self-load shedding in January of this year, subject to a 3-month trial. However, despite data showing positive results, ESKOM pushed back, I think we should say reneged, and demanded the use of its alternative energy cease with immediate effect. Shepstone and Wiley said that the court ruling in favour of ESKOM would have far-reaching implications, including discouraging private initiatives and investment in alternative sources of energy to counter the adverse effects of load shedding. Rural Maintenance argued that ESKOM's resistance to private initiatives to increase power supply adds insult to injury, considering ESKOM's inability to consistently supply the electricity needs of the country, resulting in load shedding, said the law firm. As far back as November 2022, President Cyril Ramaphosa made several promises to deal with the power outages in the country during his State of the Nation address. Something there doesn't make sense for me. November 22, State of the Nation? Enabling measures to create more generation capacity to be added to the grid from independent power producers. Okay, look, the long and the short of it is that this is a disgrace and that it's disgusting and that something like this could only happen under the African National Congress. The country is without power. Businesses are suffering and people are losing their jobs as a consequence. The country is, GDP is being hammered to the point of it being negative. That meaning that all of the value of all of the goods and the services produced in South Africa is looking like declining. Our economy is getting smaller as a consequence of load shedding. Along comes somebody to fix it, not for everybody, just for themselves. And they are legally forbade on the basis of apparently no evidence in favor of the argument, no evidence led, no evidence presented in favor of ESKOM's argument, forbade from creating that solution. You know, guys, I don't want to rant and rave too much. I have done a lot of that in recent months. But I could scream blue murder. What is this? This is madness. Absolute. In fact, it's not madness. It's perversity. It's willful perversity. These people are not so stupid as to not know what they're doing. Where does that leave the rest of us? Can I not create my own solution? As I have a small solar system, thanks to Mr. Miller, mostly. Where do you draw the line? Would a UPS, just a simple UPS like my friends up the road have, also not be acceptable? must we take load shedding as it's given to us, regardless of how severe it becomes, regardless of how many jobs are lost, regardless of what level of inconvenience. Stage 4, stage 5, stage 6. This judgment was given on a day, as it happens, the author mentions it. Yeah, come on, man. Stage 6. Stage 6 was unthinkable 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Would such a judgment be okay in circumstances of stage 8? Stage 10? If there's no electricity at all? Should we just accept that the legal system of South Africa, of the state, in other words, given the ANC's policy of the state being utterly populated by deployed cadres of the African National Congress, must we accept it that the African National Congress state-owned enterprises can't furnish electricity and the African National Congress's justice system forbids us from doing anything about that? To live like animals without electricity regardless. Stage flaming 6. What is that? 6 sixes are 36 divided by, by 4 is, my brain doesn't want to work, 9 hours a day. 9 hours out of 24. Today, we will have blackouts around this entire country. And it's not enough for us to be permitted to take care of ourselves, of our children's dinners, of our Wi-Fi, of our computers, of our work, of our businesses, of our income, our welfare. This is very bad. I know that most of the people who watch this video are just too, I don't say this with hatred, I say it as a categorical thing, just too weak, mostly genetically and largely by nurture, if you like. Too weak. You're weak people. Most. Not the Saitlanders. But many people will, who don't usually, will watch this video because of the topic. In spite of YouTube's algorithms doing its damnedest for anything that I do or say or write or interview to see the light of day. Did you know, I haven't told you this, people from overseas cannot make payments into my bank account. An overseas guy helped me with my solar system when I was putting it up. Mr. Miller provided the batteries, this, that. And he subsequently said to me, hey, I watched some of your videos where you were talking about the heat and the aircon and what have you. He said, I want to see your videos. I like what you say. His name is, because I want to give him credit, Nicholas Rocker. He's a good man, who has been to South Africa on more than one occasion to visit Saitlanders, meet Mr. Malone, so on. He said, I don't want to hear excuses, I want the videos. Can I help you? So I'm getting another battery and a few panels. And I said to him, there was something, he was paying a supplier directly. And then there was another supplier, then another supplier, 3 different suppliers. And I said to him, yes, see, Nick, if that's a hassle, paying X supplier, now that he's got the amount from the supplier, send the money to me and I'll pay him. I know him well. He'll trust me to pay him, and I will see him sooner or later. I'll pay him cash. I'll do a transfer, whatever. And Nicholas said to me, Simon, you seem to forget. No matter how hard I try. Through this means, that means, the other means, the international banking system will not have it. Whereas I can pay anybody else in your country easily. I said, oh yeah, I forgot. Similarly, ESKOM will do its damnedest. YouTube will do its damnedest to suppress this video. But I know that there are some people in the northern suburbs, I beg your pardon, who are liberals who will watch this video because of the title and the theme. Weak. But some of us must begin to meaningfully resist. Guys, what if it goes to stage 10 and the courts say, well, the ruling from the 21st of April, it obtains still. It obtains still, nothing changed. Yeah, we're in stage 10. Yeah, you shut down your business. Yeah, nothing can run. Yes, the fuel pumps at most petrol stations are not working for whatever number of hours a day. Yes, municipalities are not able to pump water to the reservoir, so we've water problems across South Africa at stage 10. Doesn't matter. You may not fix it. Guys, this is severe. Don't give me that, yeah, well, Simon, your delivery and your attitude and your aggression and you're very bolshy and, you know. Guys, for pity's sake, man, think with your minds. How serious is this matter? This is fast approaching a catastrophe. I told you I went off grid because I refused to play this game of theft. What to do next, I don't know. But we must resist this madness, where the judiciary of the Republic of Rainbows prevents us from repairing the damage that the ANC has done that affects our families, our children's schools, our businesses, our employment, our welfare, our income.